Now let's run a Facebook ad for our flow. Now, this strategy of running Facebook ads is probably the most widely used strategy you will use in marketing to your bots. So what we're going to do now is, let me make a flow first of all. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to call this SB, and then the template will be search and buy. There we go, and save. And wait for it to load. There we go. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole setup of the flow. Let me close that, because you already know how the flow works. I'm not going to really waste much time on that. So rather, let's go ahead and set this up. So we go into our ads manager right over here, and the objective we need to use is the messages objective right over there. And that's it. And then continue. Don't worry about the split test or the campaign budget optimization. That's for a later stage, but now just say continue. This is ad set name, and we set the ad up as we would normally. So we scroll down over here. Let's make sure to go to Messenger, not sponsored message, because that's a type of broadcast. So we just want to go click to Messenger. Oops. Click to Messenger over there. Then, so let's go over here. This is for the US. So I'm going to type in there United States. There. You know what? That's fine. UK is fine. Actually, no, let me make it UK. I mean US. United States. There we go. Cool. And we scroll down over here. Now, this part over here is all about your targeting. I'm going to show you a very lazy way of targeting. It's what I do sometimes. Bear in mind, though, is that you need to understand your target market really, really well. But this is what I do sometimes if I'm going to just kind of like use like a cheat sheet. This is what I do. So now I'm marketing a baby blanket, and let's say it's this one over here. So I go back to my ads manager. So I'm going to say it's going to be woman only, because who buys baby blankets? It will mostly be women. And the age will be the average age of a mother. Well, I mean, not average, but let's assume she's 25 and she'll end at, let's say, 50. And languages must be English, because the bot is in English. And that's it. So I'm only targeting women, and now I'm going to say this. In the detail targeting, what I always recommend is this. Everyone that likes Amazon.com, and there we go. And then I say I layer it, meaning everyone likes Amazon.com and they are an engaged. They're an engaged shopper. Which basically means an engaged shopper is anyone that's clicked on an ad on Facebook in the past week. So now we're targeting all the people that regularly click on ads that like Amazon.com. And then the third thing, I always do like this. The first two layers are always like this, and the third layer is the niche specific layer. So as I'm selling baby blankets, it will be mothers that have babies, so they may like, for example, Huggies, because that's a nappy. Maybe not. Pampers, and then what else I suggest? You can see all these things over here are pretty much things that a mother of a newborn would be interested in. So baby center, and you can carry on and going, and so on and so forth. You can see already we have 3.6 million. Now, bear in mind, this is a lazy way of targeting, because I'm targeting now just cold traffic. So if you wanted to be really, really cost efficient, understand your target market really well. I use these because it's a quick way of doing it. But if I wanted to really spend time understanding my market, I would test up a whole bunch of audiences. But for now, this is good enough for just a test. So then that's fine over there. And scroll down. Now your placements. You could do automatic placements, but I prefer to go straight for only using Facebook, and remove that. And then I'm only going to do the Facebook newsfeed. Everything else will be grayed out. I prefer the Facebook newsfeed because in my testing it's been the most profitable. And if you show your ads in like the sidebar, anything like that, doesn't make sense. And I am not targeting Instagram, because Instagram has different preferences, different images, and much rather, if you're going to Instagram ad, do purely an Instagram ad. Don't try and mix it up with Facebook as well. Rather have one ad per platform. So one on Instagram and one on Facebook. And that's about it. You can see all this over here. Again, I recommend you to test absolutely everything. This is kind of the default settings I use, but I recommend to test absolutely everything to see what works well for you, what works really well for your target market. And that's about it over here. And I'll always say as well, people that are only connected to Wi-Fi, because if they're not, they might have a slow internet connection. And if it's slow, the messages might not load very quickly. So I prefer to market to people that are using Wi-Fi because their internet will be much faster. And then we go over here, daily budget. You can be whatever you want. I'm going to keep it as £5 for now. But you can be pretty much whatever you want, and then scroll down, and that's done. Now, the Facebook page we'll use is their chatbot. Bear in mind, this page over here must be the same as the page you are using in their chatbot. So over here, the page is their chatbot, because this is the page I'm using, and we can see in your ad over here, the page is the chatbot. Those two things must line up, so please make sure you're targeting the correct page. And then over here, let's basically set up a quick image over here. I'm going to pause this while I do that. So I'll just upload an image over here, and then we'll scroll down to the text. I'm going to say, there we go, I'm going to say Amazon Lightning deal. Stock is growing quickly, so act fast. This is just a very quick way of writing a text over here. I do recommend as well making sure your copy over here is much better than this. I'm just showing this for demonstration purposes, but I do recommend making this read a lot better, making it much more enticing. And that's pretty much that over there. And over there, that's fine. Send message and scroll down. Now, this is the only hard part over here. Here's where we need to set up the messenger flow. So all we do now is ignore this over here. Just click on custom and then say create a new message. Okay, now this is the flow over here. This is where the flow starts. Says, woohoo, you bagged yourself a huge deal. So we go over here, and we can either use a text and image, or text and video. Otherwise, either one's fine, but let's just go for a text. So I want to say, hi Paul, are you interested in this Lightning deal? Ask them a question, so when they click on the ad, it will open up this question, and now you can either use quick replies or you can use buttons. I recommend to use a button because quick replies, if they, let's say, type a message, the quick reply disappears, but buttons are stuck there. So use a button, and if they say yes, then it's that's button over there, and then click on action over here. We want to send a post back. Now all you do this, go back to chatbot. Now wherever the flow starts, you can click on this lock icon over here and look at the payload right over there. Just copy that over there and then go back to ads and paste it there, and that's done. And we say finish. So basically this payload over here is the starting point of your flow. So if your flow started from this point, or maybe it started from this point over here, you would just copy the payload from the starting point, which is this one over here. And that's it. We are done. So we say finish. And now, when someone sees this ad over here, as soon as I click on it, the flow will start. I first ask them, are you interested in this deal? They say yes, and then the flow will commence. That's about it. That's how you can set up your ads, and I recommend this is an extremely valuable skill, learning how to run Facebook ads. So if you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to walk you through it.